What's up, YouTube? Dan the Horseman here, riding into the Old West with one of Rockstar's flagship games, Red Dead Redemption. This is my first time playing this game, so hopefully there's no need to have my gamer card revoked. Let's get into it. We are John Marston, an ex-outlaw who follows his own moral code, tracking down his old gang in a bid to rescue his own family from the evil United States government. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty, but is more than willing to stick to his own morals, in some cases outright refusing to do what is morally incorrect. We do get a few choices as we play, and man, I guess Sly Cooper was right. There is honor among thieves. Okay, so wow, this game's age is showing, but at the same time, there's a charm and enjoyment to it. Horses drive like boats for some reason. And they love pulling some Skyrim maneuvers of not coming to you when whistled, refusing to jump, and going off of cliffs or into danger. I even accidentally shot my own horse more times than I care to admit to, because the damn beast ran into the line of fire. Or, somehow, when it bucked, my bullet curved to hit the horse instead of the enemy shooting at me. The shooting feels a bit off. Like, sometimes the bullet can noticeably curve around objects or into objects. Or you miss, despite the reticle and the target being stationary. And I guess they tried to supplement this with the snap aiming, generous headshot hitbox, and the claim to fame that is Deadeye. But by using a gauge, you can set targets to fire against while time is moving slower. Though sometimes this doesn't seem to work, namely against greater than 6 targets, probably due to the default being the revolvers, which have 6 shots. Of course, being a Rockstar game, there are a lot of escort quests with some brain-dead NPCs, constantly mashing the X button to move faster, cursing at the fall damage, and swearing worse than a sailor at the game's jank, like enemies literally spawning from thin air, random collateral causing you to become hunted by authorities, and of course, contradictory gameplay elements, such as removing honor for murdering the thieves that steal your horse, but only if they have already been knocked off of the horse. So, now, let's look at the story and the main missions. We start off in New Austin, where we get inducted into helping out the McFarlane Ranch, introducing us to horse breaking, patrols, and some more characters. I also get the deed to a warhorse, who I promptly named Mr. Ed. We help out a shyster selling snake oil, a sickly grave robber and necrophiliac, and a local sheriff. Once we complete these quests, we get enough ammo to storm the local fort and take out one of the 3 gang members, and learn that the next one is in Mexico. We bust into Mexico illegally. Funny how that works. And because the game is set in 1911, that means that Mexico is currently in its final revolution, which will last for another 9 years. Here in Mexico, we end up playing both sides of the revolution, trying to pin down gang member number 2. Ah yes, once again we have an American asserting their superiority over the Mexicans. And man, the Mexican stereotypes are strong here.
Hey, gringo! ¿Hablas español?
No, sir. Pardon, pero yo habla un solo poquito español. ¿Habla English?
Oh, sí, gringo. Hablo mucho inglés. Hablo filthy fucking bean eater. Hablo slippery little Mexican. Hablo little piece of shit. ¿Comprende, amigo? ¿Comprende? Hey, what are you doing here, gringo? I don't remember inviting you to my country.
We end up helping vigilantes, peasants, government officials, and more, all to find one guy who is doing nearly the same thing, and we even managed to depose the local government after pulling a certain technique.
Allahu Akbar, they say!
Once we take down the second member, we can finally head back to West Elizabeth to hunt down the final member. We team up with an Indian who they say is just a savage, the ancient ancestors of the FBI, and a kook university man, all in preparation to weaken and nail down the final member. It was here, too, where, thanks to some jank, Mr. Ed, who had been my loyal steed for like 75% of the game, well, he finally bit it. So, my next horse replacement was named Barbie. I also accidentally skinned Mr. Ed when he perished. My bad, horsey. Once we put down the final member in a kinda lame sequence, we can head home and spend some time with the wife and the boy, along with the crazy uncle too. This part is kinda nice, learning about and living with a family we fought so hard to save, teaching the boy how to be a man, showing the wife we love her and we're always faithful, and so on. But, like all good things that must come to a close, the government never planned on letting John live, and with John gone, the Wild West can finally come to an end. So, we make our last hopeless stand, making sure the wife and the boy escape, where we tragically get gunned down by the dick of the law. Then, 3 years later in the epilogue, we play as Jack, the boy, now a man. Man, what a wild ride. A little weird how many people just disappear, but it was decently emotional and makes a decent point that the past always catches up eventually, so the important thing is making a difference where you can with who you can. It is, at this point, more or less, where the cleanup and grind to 100% comes into play, along with many other miscellaneous trophies. By now, some trophies should have popped. 7 for the story, 1 for helping strangers, 1 for using the same horse for 20 story missions, thank you Mr. Ed, and possibly some of the weapon ones. So, first we can kick this off with Jack hunting down the rat from the government who killed his paw, and we can take our revenge, after like 4 or 5 fetch quests, for a trophy. The game has 19 side quests to do, some ranging from easy and funny to others being annoying. Funny Man pissed me off as the fucker always hid in the gang hideouts, so he always was in a danger zone, while Daedalus and Son was a pain in the ass trying to find the fucking beavers, and it didn't help that my game would bug out and make me lose beaver pelts when I fast traveled. It's also annoying that time has to pass for the next steps to become available, so sometimes you have nothing to do but spam passing time by while sleeping. Once 15 of these are done, you'll get another trophy. Regarding weapons, you need to get 500 kills with revolvers or pistols, and then another 500 with repeaters, rifles, or shotguns, along with getting 250 headshots. You will get a trophy for purchasing a rare weapon from a gun store, and will need to buy all of them for 100%, along with some tomahawks and the $5,000 exploding rifle. You will need to have earned $10,000 in total, have bought every property you can sleep at, and either naturally discovered every location or used some maps to supplement it. You will need to have killed one of every animal in the game, which includes the mythical jackalope, and man was this a pain, along with killing and skinning 18 grizzly bears, whose trophy name at least lessens some of the pain of these two-shotting animals. There are 3 trophies gotten from clearing the game's gang hideouts, some of which are worse than others, and make sure to clear the 5 in the USA in 24 in-game hours to get one of the outfits needed for game completion. Unlocking the original set of outfits is a pain, and is needed for the 100%, which can range from simply purchasing pricey items at certain shops to clearing annoying track challenges like trying to protect the residents of Mexico from banditos, which they just wouldn't fucking spawn. There are 6 mini-games that must be beaten, and a couple that require some finagling too. 5 Finger Fillet pissed me off the most, as the button combos and timing always felt off, and took me way fucking longer than it should have. Arm wrestling is easy, horseshoes isn't so bad and you need to get a ringer for a trophy, and Liar's Dice is kinda fun, but is a hassle to get through a game without losing a single die. Finally, there's the duo of blackjack and poker, which blackjack just needs a profit compared to the start, whilst poker forces you to bust a full table, and you need to bust the full table in Blackwater for an outfit, along with winning a pot of 2,000 chips, but that one can be cheesed for one of the missions in Mexico. The seriously annoying part is the challenges. 6 sets for using the tomahawks, the explosive rifle, treasure hunting, sharpshooting, survivalist, which should really just be called botanist, and the master hunter. And honestly, I don't know which was the most annoying, as some of the challenges just suck. But this will mark a handful of trophies and progress towards 100%. You will need to complete 20 bounties, including getting back one alive for a trophy, and also bring back one of the gang members in the McFarland Ranch bounties for an outfit piece. You will need to get a single headshot in expert targeting mode, which is a breeze, hunt down every buffalo in the Great Plains area, and finally max out the honor and fame stats. With this, you'll have 100%, finally! But we're still not done yet, as there are still more trophies. You will need to break 3 types of rare horses, one for the story and the other 2 hunted down. Then, using the rare horse from Mexico, you must escape the marshals, which only show up when your bounty is really high, like over $2,500. And then there's getting your bounty all the way up to $5 grand, to then use a pardon letter to negate all of it. And man, was that annoying. Like, it was either great, everyone and everything is dead and no longer spawning, so the bounty isn't actually increasing, or you get a few hundred and then get randomly one-shot by an enemy spawning from nowhere. You also need to earn a gold medal from replaying a combat mission, which isn't that bad, and finally earn a trophy named after a South Park gag.
Round the world. He fights his directors and he fights his fans. It's a problem no one understands.
If there's two things he loves, it's fighting and
fighting round the world.
Of course, in order to fight in the 7 saloons, I did have to prepare.
Give me a drink, bartender.
With all of that crap done, there is only one base game trophy left, but it is way easier and less tedious to earn in the DLC along with the rest of the trophies, as this deluxe version gives us the Undead Nightmare DLC too. So, the Undead Nightmare DLC has us play as John in the same game areas during a zombie apocalypse. This mode is kinda fun, having to scrounge around for ammo, all the animals being zombified, and some funny scenes that have some excessive lame gore, like some bad B-movie. It's kinda short too, only having 5 side quests and 7 main quests. The zombies come in 4 varieties: normal, skinny speedies, fatties that charge, and glowing hawkers that shoot green gunk and explode. Zombies will pull you off of your horse with annoying frequency. You will need to get 100% here too, with 20 challenge levels that aren't too bad, and some annoyances. You will need to liberate 21 of 23 settlements, 2 don't need it, and have them all be safe at the same time for a trophy. There are 4 horses of the apocalypse that must be tamed, and man, are they worth it, since they can run infinitely and have special effects. But man, was the death horse an idiot. You need to hunt down 6 Sasquatches, although somehow I slew 7, which is weird. Once the hunt challenge is nearly done, you'll be able to hunt a Chupacabra for a trophy. The treasure hunt is shorter than the main game, but the hardest part is actually finding the first map to actually spawn the quests. You also need to rescue 15 survivors, and man, were these fuckers the worst escorts ever. And the fort in Mexico with the spawns just pissed me the fuck off all the time. Why the fuck were there 15? If there were 10, there'd be 20 too many. Fuck! Then I could finally wrap up everything with the last 3 trophies. You will need to get 500 kills between Gatling guns and cannons, but there just aren't enough enemies in the base game to even come close. But if you hang out in the fort in Mexico in the DLC, you can rack them up pretty quickly. Then, the very last thing I had to do was to tame the unicorn. This thing only spawns after you have tamed the 4 horses and have murdered the Chupacabra. But god damn, this thing didn't want to fucking spawn. It took me like an hour straight of looking for it. Once it spawned and the triple whammy of trophies popped, I finally took this thing to the river to drown it, and then promptly deleted the game. This fucking game was both a blast and a chore. The main story and most side quests were fun. Some were challenging, but it was fair. If it could be done with the main content, some side content, and the base of the DLC without having to wait for the main missions to become available, then it would be perfect and bittersweet. But fuck me, going for 100% in the main game is a huge fucking chore. There's so much to do, and so much that will fuck you. Oh, you were swarmed by bears and cougars? Well, now that you need to hunt them for the challenges, we're not going to spawn any for you anywhere. Hunting 20 bounties? Sorry, we're not spawning those anymore either. Go piss around somewhere else. See these 6 beaver quilts that you have in your possession that you need for a quest? Yeah, after the fast travel now, you only have 4 for some reason. Getting the platinum was like a 6 out of 10 due to the annoyances of the tracking, the lost progress, the grind, the RNG, and the jank. As for the patented Dan the Ranking Man rating, the game gets a 78 out of 100. But, with that, this means this month is a resounding mission complete. That's 4 games platinum, and all that's left is to touch a bit of grass in Lawnmower Simulator. Yeah, Lawnmower Simulator runs like ass, has too small of a font, and is just slow and terrible. I'm only in here to touch some grass since I live in the desert and there is no grass here. So, like, subscribe, comment down below which trophy was the worst for you, and remember, only losers trust the United States government.